thank you to everyone who joined us tonight, to our colleagues and friends, and all of you for taking time to be here with us this evening. My name is Sarah Jenkins. I'm the manager of the Terrain Sciences and Geoscience Data section at the Geological Survey of Newfoundland and Labrador. I'm filling in tonight on behalf of our director, Dorothea Hanchar, who unfortunately is not able to be with us this evening. It's a tradition that the Geological Survey introduces the public lecture here at Mineral Resources Review, CIM, which always offers us an opportunity to gain insight into a complex geological question, celebrate achievements in exploration and mining, or to learn something about a unique geological environment. Tonight's talk is no different. Our invited speaker, Alice Tharenos of Rio Tinto IOC, will be presenting on 70 years of IOC, Indigenous partnerships, sustainable growth, and a commitment to a greener future. Alice Tharenos was appointed Chief Financial Officer in January 2023. She is a financial professional with more than 20 years of mining leadership experience, across multiple disciplines and continents. She brings her commercial expertise to drive strategic initiatives in a growing industry with exciting opportunities and oversees the continued financial health of the business. So without further ado, I'll hand the podium over to you. And before I go, I'll just add that if you have questions, please connect with Alice after the presentation tonight. Thank you.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us as we reflect on 70 years of operations at the Iron Ore Company Canada. I'm Alice Tharenos, Chief Financial Officer for Rio Tinto IOC, and I'm thrilled to share with you the journey of IOC from its beginnings to its evolution as a leader in sustainable, responsible mining and community partnership. I'd like to acknowledge the land on which we gather today as the ancestral homelands of the Beothuk. We also acknowledge the island of Newfoundland as the traditional territory of the Beothuk and the Micmac. We acknowledge Labrador as the traditional and ancestral homelands of the Innu, the Inuit, and Naskapi people. We strive to be responsible stewards of the land and to respect the unique cultures, languages, and traditions of all who call it home. We commit ourselves to work in a spirit of truth and reconciliation to make a better future for all. Excuse me. Just this. Today, as we reflect on the Iron Ore Company of Canada's 70-year journey, we consider the powerful legacy built from those pioneering days. Indigenous groups played an essential role in the early discovery of iron ore, their knowledge of the land, guiding those first explorations, and laying the foundation of IOC's growth. This legacy, a partnership, remains central to our journey and progress. From the discovery of rich iron ore deposits to the establishment of a vast rail network and shipping operations, each milestone has propelled IOC to become a cornerstone in the mining industry, an essential part of this region's development. We honor that legacy, celebrate IOC's growth, and look forward with optimism. "70 years ago last month, August 1954, IOC shipped its first iron ore, drawing from an open pit iron ore deposit with over 400 million tons of resources near what is now Schefferville, Quebec. That moment was more than just a milestone for our company. It was a defining moment for Canada, one that set in motion a legacy of partnership, community, and economic growth in Newfoundland and Labrador. The construction of our railway and the development of an integrated system connecting Labrador Trough with overseas markets stands as monumental achievements in engineering and innovation, profoundly shaping the region's economic landscape. Let's take a step back to the early days of IOC, a bold vision that transformed untouched lands into a thriving industry and a vibrant community.
$400 million tons of iron ore. Under this terrestrial crust lie millions of tons of precious ore, for which a $500 million undertaking was set up. Penetrating into this mountainous and hazardous region, geologists of mining companies and of the Quebec Department of Mines have confirmed, after years of research, the discovery of iron ore deposits, considered to be among the richest in the world.
But how do you get iron out of a country like this in the middle of nowhere? Far to the south in Montreal, the Iron Ore Company of Canada told reporters that it knew how.
Our survey parties have indicated immense quantities of high-grade iron ore, approximately 400 million tons. This ore must be mined, transported by rail some 360 miles south from Knob Lake down to Seven Islands. We shall build a railroad of the heaviest steel ever used in Canada along this route, which is all virgin territory. The toughest part will be pushing it through the mountainous region and the muskeg along Ashawanapie Lake. At Menahek, we will build a dam to harness the waters of the Ashawanapie to provide power for the mine and the town site at Knob Lake.
To gather together the men, materials, and machines to accomplish a task of this magnitude is one of the biggest problems in logistics ever attempted by private enterprise. The project got underway in September 1950, and progress has been accelerating ever since, with the slogan, "Ore by 54, setting the pace for the entire enterprise." The men, French Canadians and Newfoundlanders, have literally carved a railroad out of solid granite, placed it on filled ground, bridged rivers, and have taken it safely over miles of muskeg.
Seven Islands is on the march. From an unknown isolated village on the north shore of the St. Lawrence, it has grown into a boom town, vibrating with the excitement of great discoveries. It is the stepping stone to Ungava, land of great mining wealth. Warehouses are bursting with machinery and materials of all types, and the beaches are cluttered with the overflow of equipment, a sight never yet seen in Seven Islands.
By the end of 1953, the 1,600-foot loading dock was completed. The dock has already accommodated the almost daily arrival of material and supplies by ship from many Canadian, American, and overseas ports.
Pioneers are writing new names on the map.
Construction of the started on a new town site near Knob Lake, to be known as Shefferville, named for the Bishop of Labrador. It will be as modern as a wilderness town can be. Stores, bank, post office, schools, movie theater, and recreation center are all in the advanced blueprint stage.
3 back-breaking years to get there. And now the roller-bearing cars click smoothly south at 25 miles an hour. Leaders of government and industry are on hand to give the first shipload of iron ore a fitting send-off. More than 5,000 people in this boomtown now, and and most of them turn out for the big occasion. On the platform, Premier Duplessis of Quebec and Premier Smallwood of Newfoundland get ready to press the buttons that will send the ore moving to the ships. And there it goes, up from the underground conveyors, tomorrow's steel. Construction history has just been made. An era of mining history is about to begin.
For 7 decades, IOC has been an integral part of the story in Newfoundland and Labrador. Our journey began with the company's establishment in 1949, and by 1954, we reached a major milestone with the first shipment of iron ore. This moment marked the beginning of a legacy that would shape economies, communities, and livelihoods. In 1962, we reached another pivotal milestone by expanding operations into Labrador City and Wabush. This strategic move strengthened our presence across Newfoundland and Labrador, driving economic growth and supporting community development, setting a foundation for generations to come. Today, IOC operates as a fully integrated network. From mine to port, our mining and processing facilities in Labrador West are linked by a railway to the port operations in Sept-Îles, Quebec, allowing us to serve markets around the world. These developments underscore IOC's strategic importance across Canada and the global market. Our high-grade, low-impurity iron ore is recognized worldwide, becoming even more essential as industries globally shift towards low-carbon solutions for steel manufacturing. 70 years, the dedication and resilience of our people have sustained us. Many of them, along the generations of their families, have helped build IOC into the resilient and forward-looking company it is today. Grounded in operational excellence and deep-rooted connections to the communities in which we operate. As we look forward, it's important to acknowledge our past with honesty. There were times when our actions did not fully reflect the respect and collaboration that we strive for today. We've learned valuable lessons, and we are committed to building a future that honors the past while forging a path forward together with optimism and trust. Over the last decade, we have tried to demonstrate this by making significant strides in our reconciliation journey. We have entered into impact and benefits agreements with each Indigenous group that has asserted traditional land claims where we operate. These agreements have provided a framework for strengthening partnerships and increasing opportunities for Indigenous people and businesses to contribute to the success and benefit from IOC. We still have a long way to go on this journey, but we are committed to the principles of reconciliation and seeking new opportunities for these partnerships to be grounded in respect and mutual benefit. IOC contributes significantly to Newfoundland and Labrador's economy. Approximately 2% of the province's GDP, around $715 million annually. This reflects the significance of our operation to the region's overall economic health. Our activities also generate around 3% of the provincial government's revenue, helping fund essential services, infrastructure, and public resources that benefit communities throughout the region. Beyond financial contributions, we remain committed to supporting the region's long-term economic stability and growth. As the industry evolves, we will continue to seek new ways to create sustainable opportunities that benefit both the local economy and the people who call this region home. IOC's economic impact isn't just about today. It's about ensuring a prosperous future by building resilience, fostering partnerships, and exploring new avenues for regional growth. Labrador is where tradition meets progress, and we are committed to helping build a future that honors its heritage and looks forward with optimism. The Labrador Trough is one of the richest iron ore regions in the world, and it's here that we find both incredible resources and strong communities that have been part of our story since the very beginning. In Labrador, tradition and progress are not opposites, but complementary. Together, they inspire us to move forward in ways that are true to the values and strengths of this extraordinary region. Our commitment to the communities where we operate is at the heart of everything we do. We've introduced a new approach to social investment that reflects our dedication to long-term, meaningful impact. We aim to be more than just a business presence. We strive to be a valued community partner. This means listening to local needs, fostering relationships built on trust and respect, and supporting initiatives that make a meaningful difference. Whether through education, economic development, health, or cultural initiatives, our goal is to help create a thriving community that continue to grow alongside us. We are dedicated to investing in Newfoundland and Labrador's future, ensuring that our contributions provide lasting benefits and reinforce the strength and potential of this remarkable place. Over the next 3 years, IOC is committing $12 million to community partnerships and initiatives. This approach to social investment focuses on partnerships that deliver lasting, tangible benefits for the communities in which we operate. We want our contributions to make a meaningful impact on everyday life, supporting the issues that matter most. A key example of our dedication is our partnerships with educational institutions across Newfoundland and Labrador and Quebec. This demonstrates our commitment to nurturing local talent, particularly within Indigenous communities, while boosting regional economic development. As we look to the future, we do so with great optimism. The strength of Labrador, its resilient people, and its boundless potential shape this vision for the future. The world around us is changing rapidly, and our industry is no exception. But with change comes immense opportunity. Opportunity to innovate, to lead with care, curiosity, and courage, and to make a lasting positive impact on the world. IOC is blessed with access to high-grade, low-impurity iron ore deposits, which hold great promise in facilitating the steel industry's transition to a low-carbon future. As the world increasingly demands cleaner, more sustainable solutions, we are not just participating, we are leading. Today, our customers can increase their productivity and in turn reduce their carbon footprint by as much as 2/3 by using our iron ore products with conventional technology. In the future, as new low-carbon technologies and processes are developed at an industrial scale, such as using hydrogen instead of coal in the manufacture of steel, IOC will continue to be well-positioned to be a supplier of choice in a steel industry targeting net zero emissions. Our commitment to leading in sustainability was underscored this year when the Government of Canada invested $18.1 million from its Low Carbon Economy Fund to support our decarbonization efforts at our operations in Labrador West. Over the lifetime of this project, we will see a cumulative reduction of about 2.2 million tons of greenhouse gas emissions. This is not just a win for IOC. It's a win for Newfoundland and Labrador, as it highlights the strategic importance of our high-grade, low-impurity iron ore and the global transition to a low-carbon technology. The recognition of this resource as a critical mineral by the governments in Newfoundland and Labrador, Quebec, and Canada unlocks opportunities for IOC to further drive innovation and sustainability, benefiting the entire region. At IOC, we're not merely maintaining a 7-decade legacy, but we are actively shaping a future that we can all be proud of. A future where our operations contribute to a more sustainable world, where we continue to innovate in green technologies, and where we lead the charge in supplying the iron ore necessary for the production of green steel in the decades to come. This is our commitment, and this is our path forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you to Alice for that wonderful presentation. I loved the historical footage. That was fantastic. And learning more about how the project has come together and the commitment to the communities and to the business is really wonderful to see highlighted here this evening. My understanding is that following the presentation, there will be an award, CIM Geoscience Award. I unfortunately don't have details of that. I believe someone is on their way to deliver that. So I would ask if folks are willing to please stick around to see the presentation of that award. But in the meantime, perhaps we can all have a glass of water and a chit-chat. And we'll pick this up in a few minutes. Thanks very much.